Hi, we're Working Title. My name is Ricky. I'm the director.
I'm Tyler. I'm the storyboard concept artist.
My name is Talal, and I will be one of the animators.
And I'm the modeler of the group.
What's the reason we want to join this competition?
I think the reason why we're joining this competition right now is because we're at the stage in our paths, career-wise, where we feel we want to go to the next level, and we feel this competition, where we get the chance to work with industry creatives, will give us the critique we need to take our work to that standard where we can really push ourselves and hopefully progress, basically.
I feel that also for where we're at and all the things that we've been able to do so far as a team, we want to be able to just prove that everything that we've learned throughout this our time in the course, that we can apply that in an effective way and in something that's actually going to push us further and help us develop.
Technically, what we hope to achieve with this project is to blend traditional 2D techniques such as hand-drawn textures and mix them with modern-day techniques with 3D models and 3D environments, hoping that this will create an aesthetic that isn't that's familiar but still new and quirky and unorthodox. And I feel in this way this will be very especially attractive to children who grew up with maybe a 2D background, and maybe newer more children that also have grown up with 3D backgrounds. But when you combine the two, hopefully this will create a new aesthetic that they're not used to and will hopefully attract them more.
So creatively, we want to see how we can play with the aesthetics in a way that's not only appealing to our target audience of young children, but also to be able to appeal to adults who obviously not only the industry professionals who are going to be critiquing our work and giving us the tips that we need, but also just to be able to appeal to audience of all ages. We really feel that the way we thought about this project and the way we want to make it a visual spectacle that's going to actually make people excited to sit down and watch it, regardless of how short the actual clip is.
How do you aim to tackle specific shots within the sequences?
It was pretty difficult for me to connect with this character at first because she's such a young person. So first of all, I had to look at what kind of emotions she's going through. So looking at the internet and just figure out like what would a person her age would behave. I wasn't really getting the results I was hoping for. So then in one day I had to I woke up one morning and then I decided that I would personally go outside and become this character myself, which also means like I'm gonna try to act as a little girl.
So that must have been fun for you.
It was interesting. It was difficult. It was very interesting. So.
We've seen the videos. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, you should see it. Pretty fun. So
moving on.
So I had to call out one of my friends, and I was just like, okay, so I need you guys to help me out. Go outside and don't judge me, please. Do not judge me at all. Right? So I looked at different shots from the storyboards, and then I just acted them out in real life, which was very fun, and that really helped me to connect with this character a lot more and to figure out what a young girl is feeling at a specific time.
Okay.
There was two things that I really wanted to focus on, or that really I was really interested to see fleshed out. Was the first one when she first steps into the room, from it being just this space that you don't know where it is till she bursts through that door, and even her herself, and you just see that she completely don't know where she is, and she's kind of lost, and seeing her discover this place with the establishing shot of the library, and it's all black and white, and just as much as you're trying to figure it out, you're figuring it out along with her. That shot really interests me. I can't wait to see how that turns out, as well as when she first grabs the book and the room starts to fill with colour as she opens this book, and seeing her excitement, she's discovering what's inside these pages. And I think those two shots I'd really like to see really fleshed out, just because they're both two turning points in this girl's journey of, discovering, metaphorically how hard she finds it to read, and how she's trying to discover books and and her own creativity. So I think those would be really interesting shots to flesh out.
For me, I think the main shots for me that I'm really looking forward to is, like Tyler already said, the establishing shot where you finally see the library. I think when you look at the concept, we've gone for a Colosseum. Almost as to say, like, the library is almost like an arena in our mind. The battle she's about to, foreshadowing the battle she's about to commence with the books and reading, because as we know, the collection is an issue where it's a challenge between reading that people have with reading books. So that's what we chose in the design of the library. So I think that first establishing shot is going to be very important. I think for me, again, it's most that what I also want to play with is the lighting. Hopefully we've got like a very massive skylights in the middle, and I think what that also sort of emphasizes how it's just like almost like a spotlight on her at all times in a sense. So those are also things I also want to play with, and I'm looking forward to seeing how those develop. And I think the final shot as well with the library, I think that's also very important in terms of who we use, the cast. I think to make sure that there's some parity and consistency with the 2D character and the live action character we hope to use. How do you think that this animation we're doing is going to hopefully raise awareness for dyslexia?
Yeah. So in my opinion, I think with the narrative we have will truly help people today who really suffer with dyslexia, and especially with the problem we have today with how technologies are at the pinnacle of today's age. I think with how the story and the setting will be, for example, where the character will pick up a stapler in the library and everything turns out to be a game, and the appeal will be right there with people who's trying to connect with this animation or with this story we have here. So I think that everything we have with the colors, with the with the creatures, and how how everything will play out in the story, especially in the ending where you have a librarian reach out to her and just telling you that whatever you're suffering through is not like a big issue. It's not the end of the world. It's something that you can just pass on with, and you can become a better person by trying to overcome that obstacle. And I think our story and narrative will show that to the audience.
Okay.
As being people who haven't really dealt with that actual problem, obviously as we've been building this pitch and the concept for the idea, we've asked a few people and just getting an idea of what it's actually like and the struggles behind it, and what it's actually like, other than it just being like, oh, you look at the words, because some people say you look at the words and they're jumbled up, or so on and so forth, but just trying to get an idea of exactly what it's like for certain people has been a real eye-opener, and for us to be able to depict that through our creativity is an actual really brilliant opportunity. To be honest, I'm really excited to get it done, and how I plan to be able to depict that through my chosen pathway is through just the design of the character, the girl, and the books, and obviously working in coinciding with the lighting and the animation and all the movement. I think it will be a really good chance to be able to combine also showing people what we already know or what we've learned whilst building the concept, and being able to put our spin and concept on it to make it appealing to a specific audience.
I think for me, the main way I hope to hopefully create more awareness of the subject is mainly through the heart of the visuals. I think I aim to not just make animations that look good, but hopefully something that has heart and soul to it. That's reminiscent in, let's say, Spirited Away, animations like that. They've always had the heart and soul to it that you can always refer to. And I feel like if our visual, our short animation piece has heart and soul to it, and hopefully that when people see it, it wouldn't just engage with them on a visual level, but hopefully it can engage with them with something on a mental level, because obviously they learn about the situation, and also on a physical level where they can emote with it, hopefully, and emote with the character, and that's hopefully something I'm trying to achieve.
Definitely a humbling experience as well. Like just to reach out to people who are struggling and stuff. I think that's like a humbling experience to to tackle.
So well written title. Hope you liked our pitch. As for me, I can't wait to hopefully create some really nice visuals. All right, so why are you guys doing the competition? Salah, go with you first.
Well, first of all, I like the word competition. You guys can't do this to me.